There I am scrolling through TikTok, just hoping to see some sexy folk and then immediately getting turned off by their cringy dances, but instead, I see this. This particular TikTok has been shown to about 1.6 million people at the time of this recording and has nearly 60k likes. While most of the comments on this clip are people memeing about the situation or rightly slagging the guy who uploaded it off, there are also genuinely curious comments on how do I get this and can you show me how to install this and all of that, and it scares me. With videos like this being able to reach an audience of this size, the cheats being so easily available on cheating discords and websites, and people being genuinely curious about using them themselves, no wonder Escape from Tarkov's player base is dropping quicker and quicker each wipe, and it's sad. I've dedicated 7 years of my life playing this game, and out of these entire 7 years of playing this game for many hours, I have never seen definitive cheating in this game. I've seen people that I'm like, oh, it may be suspicious, but this wipe is the only wipe that I have seen people genuinely try and shoot me through cliff faces and buildings. Tarkov's a game that I've played for so long. It's a video that I've never wanted to make, but it's getting harder and harder to deny and gloss over. This game's future is on the rocks. And for someone that has dedicated so much time into this game and making content for it, it's not something that I can say lightly. And I'm sure I will get some messages saying, well, you've just promoted a video of someone cheating even more. I'm past caring. The amount of easily accessible videos of people streaming cheats, sending messages on Discords about, hey, do you want to buy cheats? I get about 7 emails to my business email a day asking for me to promote them in YouTube videos. It's a plague, and it's getting worse and worse, and something needs to be done. And that's what this video is about. A little rant, but also a little heart to heart with you lot, because Tarkov isn't doing too well, and I hope we can all be on the same page with it. As I mentioned, I've been playing this game for 7 years. Since December 2016, when Tarkov's closed alpha happened, I've been playing since. And it's not like I've been picking it up, dropping it for ages, and then picking it up again. No, I've been playing this game for well over 10,000 hours, and it's sort of how I grew the channel, you know? So, I take it personally when I get comments saying, this game's dead, why are you still playing it? Yeah, you should diversify. But I also get it. I get it at this point. And it's sad. And it's not just me. I know people that have stopped playing this game, uninstalled it completely because of the blatant cheating in this wipe specifically. And that is why this wipe is my least played wipe. Now you can also say that I'm just burnt out on Tarkov from playing it so long. And while yes, that is partly true, doing the same quests over and over again isn't a joyous occasion, I wouldn't mind. I've done it for 6.5 years, but it's the cheating on top of it that makes the game not enjoyable. And knowing that you can go and spend all this money on a loadout just to flip a coin to whether you're going to have a cheater in your lobby or not. You'd think with all the steps that Battlestate have rightly put into this game, making RMT, which is the main cause of cheating, harder to do, i.e. you can't drop things in raid for people anymore, all of these detection systems that they've said that they've put in place to stop RMT, put in takedown requests on RMT sites, etc, you'd think cheating would become less prominent, but it hasn't. And yes, cheating happens in any game, but in Tarkov there's a risk. Survival is rewarded and dying is punished. If you die, all of that money that you put into your kit, gone. Unless you've insured it and you magically get it back in a couple of days' time, that's gone. That's risk, and that's what hardcore shooters are all about, and that is why Tarkov has grown the niche that it's got. But being able to have these cheats, which are often even free nowadays, advertised on some random cunt's Discord, and just being able to download it, run it, and then being able to no risk the game by going in knowing you'll be able to kill anything in your path and extract with any loot that you can desire, you can see why people do it for various reasons. 1, they want to have all the loot that they can have. 2, RMT is still a thing. And 3, people like to punish others. For the casual player, Tarkov is not an easy game. For people that play it 8 hours a day, different story. You see the Tarkov celebrities on Twitch being able to wipe a lobby. Casual players can't do that. So a cheater being able to take it all away with one bullet from across the map, it's gonna upset a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people leave. And it's why I'm seeing a lot of people in my community as well, leaving. And it makes it even more of a kick in the teeth when a lot of these cheats nowadays can be completely bypassed by BattlEye, a detection system that Battlestate Games are putting so much pride into, when in fact it's not cut out for the more bespoke cheats out there. BattlEye is a detection system that mainly polls for running files, so anything that is open in your task manager, BattlEye will detect. All people need to do is make a cheat that bypasses the task manager. It doesn't show up in there and doesn't show as running, and this instantly makes the program harder to be detected by BattlEye. There are other cheat detection systems that will poll through registry and system files even if they're not running, and they are more invasive to the computer, but they work better. And if you know that cheating is a plague to your game and is ruining the experience for many players, it's something you would keep an eye on. Game developers are now even developing their own anti-cheat systems to handle those bespoke cheats, and they work surprisingly well. Call of Duty, Activision, Warzone, whatever, they have developed Ricochet, a prime example of hacking and cheating being an absolute plague in Warzone to it now being completely manageable. It still happens. They got so many different things in place, like bullets not being able to do damage, you can't see your enemies, or boom, you get banned in the middle of a game. Without question, that's something Tarkov needs, not allowing your cheaters to get to level 40 while it takes 3 weeks to process a suspicious player with a cheat system that so many people know how to bypass. Now, I've realised I've spent 7 minutes of this video just rambling about the cheating pandemic, and actually that is not the only thing that makes me question Tarkov's future. Unfortunately, it's also just like poking a dead body at the moment, expecting this dead body to get up and do the waltz. Other than retweeting, stream go live notifications from random streamers, or posting memes on TikTok, and doing the odd challenge with the community, literally nothing has happened this wipe. Go through their Twitter, scroll through their social media, and you will see nothing but this. Tarkov has been out for a couple of months now, this specific wipe, and in previous wipes we would have had a good couple of weekend events by now, but unfortunately that is not something we can blame on the company processes, or anything like that. Since February, an atrocious conflict has been happening in our world, and is ramping up. Sanctions on Russia has also put pressure on all Russian businesses, and I don't mean to make this sound political, but I see people badgering Battlestate for events and working harder on the game, but we all need to know that that's quite difficult in this current climate. And it's even worse scrolling through Battlestate comments and seeing all the people calling them the bad guy for something that they have no part in, but it's just the culture and society we live in. Unfortunately, sanctions have put pressure on Russia, and Russian businesses that are actually just working to work and make their own living are hit quite hard. And even more recently, drafting of 300,000 Russian civilians with previous military experience, that's gonna hurt companies even more. And although this has not been directly mentioned by Battlestate, you've got to expect it from a company like Battlestate, which has employees with previous military experience, and they all really like guns. Now, I don't want this video to become a political ramble, so I won't. Let's just move on. Just know that although there are some things that Battlestate can control, which is a problem with the game's development and the game's current situation, there are some things that they can't, and that is just something that we have to understand as a community. But 2 years ago, I made a video discussing whether Escape from Tarkov was worth buying, and lately, I don't think I'd say the exact same thing as I said back in that video. But I would also like to say that this video shouldn't be a complete attack on the game. I have played the game for many thousands of hours, and I have had a hell of a lot of fun in it. I've made friends that I wouldn't have otherwise, and it's a game that I would hold true to myself, and something that I would hold dear to my heart forever, because it's helped me through things. Even though it's just a game, it has. So a new player, if they want to play the game, I'm sure they'll have a lot of fun in it, but at the same time, There are things happening in the game now which weren't so much of a problem or so visible back then, and content was happening more frequent back then than it is now. So I feel like newer players, although they'll have their fun, might also get a little bored quicker than someone who started, say, 2 years, 3 years ago. And that's come to be quite true with a few people that I've pestered to buy Escape from Tarkov. Oh, we can have a good fun time. And they play it for like a week and go, this is not for me. And they're people that have not come from like silly little shooters. They're actually like milsim enthusiasts and really into their hardcore stuff. And it's not for the gameplay mechanics, it's more that, you know, you experience everything quite quickly, and yeah, the cheating thing isn't helping. So yeah, although I might not say the exact same things, all positive, about what Escape from Tarkov is if I made that video now, I would still have positive things to say, but of course that would just be my opinion, and what's the point in that, because no one cares about that. Let's talk about what you guys think. I put out a poll on Twitter and it got quite a few votes. Unfortunately, the votes weren't as positive as I thought they would be. A lot of them said that this wipe in particular has not been very good, which I can completely see, and a lot of other votes were saying that Tarkov's been dead for a very long time. And this is just a community poll. This was no biased target audience or anything like that. This was just out to my Twitter fan base, which is not very large, but is all people that have followed me from Escape from Tarkov content. So it's not like they've hated the game forever. Also, people have put their comments down below and explained their reasoning, and it was also quite enlightening. Many people were talking about this wipe in particular and what they think of the game overall. So yeah, it's not just me. People are having a bit of a grievance about the game at the minute, and a lot of people are experiencing said burnout. But like I say, I've had tons of fun with the game in the past, and new people, I'm sure, will have tons of fun with the game also, but maybe not for as long as I did. This isn't meant to be a complete attack on Battlestate Games or Escape from Tarkov, you know? I've loved the game, I've put work into the game, and it's a good thing that people are having these conversations, because there are just simple little things that can make everyone change their view that they currently have. The main one that I think quite a lot of people will agree on is just for Battlestate to be more open about the development cycle on their social medias. Yeah, sure, retweeting streamers and YouTube videos is great for social growth and impressions on videos and getting different views and eyes on the game, but that means nothing if no one knows what the pipeline looks like for upcoming patches, releases, how the development team are doing, what the workload's like. This is the only game that I have had any affiliation with that doesn't have a public roadmap. And it doesn't have clear set out deadlines for things that are being released. It's not like it's high effort to post how many cheaters have been banned, what they're doing to combat problems that people are having. It's not that hard to just put out a tweet saying, this is being worked on currently, we're looking to release it in this amount of time. That would improve so many people's opinions. Also, to help with the cheating environment, not only look to replace Battle Life for something more modern, but also bring back the community-driven CSGO-like Overwatch system that they had back in the day. For you new guys, you might not have known this, but back in the day, they had a team of community members that would go through hacking accusations and reports manually, like you do on CSGO's Overwatch. And although there was false reporting occasionally, this helps. So why not implement something along those lines, have a team of community members, maybe streamers, maybe long-time players or ETS players for example, to be able to review reports, view the raid that they got reported in, and make their own decision on whether that guy was clearly hacking. And then if they get enough, yes, this guy was clearly hacking, then they can be banned along with the decision that BattlEye has made. Very simple implemented things. Mainly the communication. The communication is not very clear with Battlestate, and I will hold that true for as long as I can remember. But that would improve so much just as a little stepping stone to a better future. Now, no one can be sure of this game's development. It's been going for a long period of time and it has its cult following. But unfortunately, it's losing some of those cult followers because of little things that can be prevented by just working on specific things over others. And that doesn't mean just throwing another Twitch Drops campaign in to boost popularity for a week, because that isn't going to work long term. So, that's enough of me rambling. I'm going to end this video, once again, like I did a couple of years ago, by handing it over to you guys. What is your view on the current state of Escape from Tarkov? Let me know by commenting and discussing down below in the comments, and also tweet me, Instagram me, social media me, Discord me, whatever, and we can have a discussion personally, because I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love for Battlestate to see this and actually take things on board about what the community thinks about the current state, because it is important to know what your community is thinking. So I'd also not only address it to you, but I'd address this to Battlestate themselves. How do you feel as a company the game is right now? And is there anything you would like to do to change people's current opinion on what they have on a game that they've loved for so long, but is either getting burnt out or finding other things to play because there are certain things that they can't overlook anymore? And this is not just me, this is tons of people. So, excited to know what you guys think. I'll speak to you down below in the comments. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.